Hi, I'm Pam, and I'm the Head of Innovation at HSBC in the Middle East, North Africa, and Turkey region. I'm super excited to be bringing you our new video series called Connected Fintech. We'll be bringing you up close and personal with some of the entrepreneurs in the DIFC Fintech Hive program right here in Dubai. Today, let's meet two founders who are changing corporate banking, one SME at a time.
So Finfirst is a financial services aggregator, pairing businesses and consumers with banks and non-bank financial institutions, doing three things. One is fully automated onboarding, two, credit scoring, and three, fulfillment. And our vision is to be the leading regional aggregator and hopefully ultimately globally.
Let's go see Pam.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to HSBC.
Hi Pam. Nice to see you. How are you?
Nice to
Very nice to see you as
Let's
well.
have a chat. So thanks guys for joining me today. So we've just heard a little bit about Finfirst and what you guys do. So I wanted to get to know you a little bit better. So tell me, what's your story and what led you up to this moment being here?
We believe that banking is the last industry that hasn't changed with the technology and innovation. And being bankers and finance people, we really wanted to be more, bring solutions to the market, that the banks would be able to acquire customers and customers be able to interact with banks digitally.
So just in terms of the big picture, in the region and certainly in the UAE, you've only got around 6% of the total loan assets that are dedicated towards SMEs. And compare that with the developed countries, it's typically around 30% of total loan book. So there's a really big financing requirement and delta within the market, and that's what we're going to be focusing on.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think globally as HSBC, we're putting a lot of focus on improving our capabilities for SME lending, and also specifically within the UAE, we've recently just launched business banking. So this is again focused at the SME market and how we can help in that scenario. So I think it's the right time for this kind of a solution.
Absolutely, and certainly there's increased emphasis in terms of lending to the business banking and SME sector. It's the backbone of any economy.
It is, yeah. Let's dig a little bit deeper. So if we were to actually have a proof of concept that you were launching in a bank such as HSBC, where would you start? Would it be the onboarding portion, or would it be settlement of funds, or where do you see that fitting in for your first use case?
What we focus on, generally speaking, and what does take time now today, about a month to 2 months, between the customer and the bank, is the application, the documentation, the assessment, and the rejection. A bank takes around 4 weeks and then they say no. That's like $10,000 of cost. We do it digitally. So we basically help the bank say no without a cost, and we help the bank see the yeses, the high probability yeses.
We also deliver a new revenue channel for the banks, which is really important. By creating an aggregator and a marketplace, this is something that we believe will be very beneficial. So it's top line as well as bottom line.
Absolutely, growing market share, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Great.
A major value proposition for the banks is really the data analytics.
Right.
We believe that as the data populates and proliferates onto the platform, we'll really be able to tailor and embed very relevant, powerful AI machine learning algorithms that can really assist the banks with their risk pricing and credit scoring. And this is a space that historically they've really struggled with.
I'm so excited to see what's happening in the SME space, and I'm really happy that we're getting some fintechs that are focusing on the problems in the corporate side of banking. What are you seeing in terms of the changes in customer expectations?
What we're seeing more and more of is there's a gap between what corporates are hoping to find and what is actually available to them in terms of green bonds, loans. I think that gap, if that's closed, and that the small and medium-sized enterprise market, and there's huge potential in the SME market for these sustainable financial products. I think if you can close that gap, you're going to see it become more of an often used financial product, more regularly thought of for small and medium-sized businesses.
Working in the front line, and it's a lot about talking to the clients and figure out what we can do to help them, and kind of also working with internal stakeholders to get the limits approved from the credit risk and things like that. But then having moved to risk after I moved to Dubai, it just gives a completely different aspect, because what you're trying to do is trying to protect the bank from not losing money, whereas on the other hand, we're in the business. I was seeing HSBC investing a lot more in technology in terms of using new data processing tools or software that can just, with a few clicks, and we can just get the data analyzed very quickly in order to make better and quicker decisions and less of mistakes.
Great, thank you so much for that perspective. And guys, thanks for joining me today. If you want to learn more, stay tuned for our next episode of Connected Fintech.